Paget's disease. What is it? Paget's bone disease is a chronic disorder that causes bones to grow larger and become weaker than normal. It disrupts the replacement of old bone tissue with new bone tissue. How it works is that your bones are actually living tissues that is constantly growing, rebuilding, replacing, and repairing itself. Bone tissue is maintained by cells called osteoblast and osteoclast. Osteoblasts synthesize and deposit organic bone matrix osteoids proteins that will mineralize in both developing skeletons and during the process of bone remodeling. Osteoclasts remove bone by dissolving the mineral and breaking down the matrix in a process that is called bone resorption. That is the cycle what our bones go through to rebuild. What happens to a person with Paget's disease is that the balance between those two groups of cells is disrupted. The osteoblast becomes overactive and too much bone tissue is produced, leading to enlargement. The abnormal growth means that the new bone tissue is weak and unstable. The new bone also contains more blood vessels than normal bone. The disease usually affects just one or a few bones. Typically, the pelvis, skull, spine, and legs are most commonly affected. Symptoms of Paget's disease include fragile bones that can break more easily than normal, osteoarthritis, which causes painful and stiff joints, enlarged or misshapen bones, permanent hearing loss only if the skull is affected, heart problems due to the increased number of blood vessels in the affected bones, and could lead to heart failure if they already have a heart disease. In rare cases, bone cancer. The cause of Paget's disease is currently unknown. Scientists suspect a combination of environmental factors such as a virus and genetic factors to the disease. Several genes appear to be linked to getting the disease. Paget's disease seems to always be the same cause as several genes appear to be linked to it. Unfortunately, there's currently no cure for Paget's disease, but only treatment. For example, osteoporosis drugs, bisphosphonates, are the most common treatment for the disease. They are typically given by injection into a vein, but they can also be taken by mouth. When taking it by mouth, it could genuinely be well tolerated, but it can irritate the stomach. The disease gets increasingly more common as you age, but it is rare for anyone under the age of 55. Also more common if there is a family history of Paget's disease. Caucasian men are also more commonly affected, unlike Asians, where it's more uncommon. The majority of patients with the disease are able to live a normal life, but it can be a hassle as they need treatment that can help them manage their disease effectively, and the fast bone rebuilding can lead to complications. So regular examination by bone specialists are important. Someone with healthy bones will have their osteoblast and osteoclast working normally to rebuild your bones, but someone with Paget's disease, with the disruption replacing old bone tissues, will make their bones more large and dense, but weak and brittle. If I had this disease, honestly, I think it would be pretty bad. It would change a lot of things in my life. I would have to quit wrestling because they would literally fold me. I couldn't even lift as a hobby anymore. And I would be hospitalized due to possible fractures in my body. So I would just have to resume to my childhood days of playing games on my computer.
Yo, what's up?